Hi, I'm Julie Reed, Child Behavior Coach, and I'm thrilled to be sharing with you the Stop Tantrums 911 program because I'm also a mom and I know how stressful it can be to be in a grocery store or a restaurant and have your child burst into one of those embarrassing emotional tantrums. And I also know how frustrating it can be to get into a power struggle with a child who is defiant and disobedient. And that's why I want to share this program with you, because the benefits are so great. I want you to also be able to eliminate those public outbursts, end power struggles, increase your child's intelligence, discipline effectively but with compassion, and free up time and energy better spent having fun with your family. So in this video, I just want to share with you some free information about the Stop Tantrums 911 program. And it all starts with the fact that there are 3 types of tantrums. There is your basic tantrum, your power struggle, and of course the distress tantrum. The best thing about the basic tantrum is that 100% of them can be eliminated. You see, the Stop Tantrums 911 program is going to give you tools and techniques so that you can specifically identify your child's individual and unique needs, so that when it comes to food, sleep, and attention, you will know exactly what your child needs, because every child has different needs. And that's where other programs fail. They think that the food or sleep schedule is just going to be working for every child, but every child is unique. And we'll help you figure out what those needs are so you could eliminate the basic tantrum. That's 1/3 of all your child's tantrums that you can eliminate. But it gets better. Power struggles are one of the most frustrating tantrums because you're dealing with a defiant, disobedient child. And they usually occur around a routine. So you know, in the morning when you just got to get out the door on time and your child is refusing to put on their shoes, they just won't listen to you or obey you. Or even worse, at the end of the night, when you're out of energy and patience and your child is refusing to brush their teeth, refusing to put on their pajamas, or demanding one more story. When you're out of energy and patience, it's easy to give in, but that's promoting future power struggles, and that's not a good cycle. Stop Tantrums 911 can help you break that cycle, because it has the tools and techniques. In fact, there's a very simple, easy to follow, step-by-step how to set up effective limits with your child to end some of these power struggles. But more importantly, there's tools that will teach you how to empower your child. You see, power struggles come when a child feels disempowered. And think about it. We tell them what to eat, what to wear, when to sleep, who to play with. They basically have very little control over their lives. And during these toddler years, they're going to challenge you, especially around potty training. But if you give your child empowerment in a very magical way, in a very healthy place in their life, then they won't need to have control over you in these other areas. So the Stop Tantrums 911 program is really beneficial. But there's the other tantrum, the tantrum that can't be eliminated. We give you tools to address the distress tantrum. You see, the distress tantrum is one of those tantrums where your child just has a huge emotional outburst. It's almost uncontrollable. And what I see most adults doing is that they address these tantrums with reason and logic, and that just makes things worse. A child who is emotionally distressed can't reason and logic. They just can't do that. But we're going to give you the tools so that you can help your child not only move through that distress tantrum, but then they can learn how to manage all of those future distress tantrums, which is going to make it a lot easier for you. One of the best parts of the Stop Tantrums 911 program is that it helps you to turn unhealthy crying into healthy crying. You see, scientists have been studying tears, and they've discovered that the chemical makeup between tears is very different. So the tears from sadness are different from the tears of stress or the tears of joy, or just the simple tears of an irritant or like dust getting in your eye. But the good news is that when your child has become distressed and that toxic hormone called cortisol gets released, it washes over their brain, inhibiting growth and development. But you can turn that unhealthy crying into healthy crying very easily. And don't fret. All children have been left to cry it out at some point or another. But if it becomes prolonged crying, for 20 minutes or more, or it happens repeatedly, then you really have an issue. But you can turn that into healthy crying simply by supporting your child's tears. See, healthy crying is when the child's tears are releasing stress hormones and toxins. And that happens when you get close to your child and you give them a loving, compassionate expression and you let them know that they're not alone and that you're there for them during this really hard time with the big feelings. See, these big feelings are going to pass and they'll know that when you support them. All you have to do is hold them and be close and reassure them. But allow those tears to happen because you know that those tears are releasing stress hormones and toxins, and that's a natural healing process for human beings. The other thing about really supporting your child's emotional outbursts in their tears is that it strengthens your connection with your child and it creates emotional safety. You see, the parent-child relationship is really important. In fact, it's the most important relationship there is because it builds the foundation for all future relationships that your child will have throughout life. And when you create that emotional safety, you're building a foundation that is going to make those challenging teenage years so much better. I know this because I have a teenager, and I am telling you, it is so phenomenal how close my son and I are and how safe he feels sharing really challenging things with me during these awkward teenage years. So I highly recommend this program and using these tools. Just imagine not having any public outbursts. Imagine getting ready in the morning and your child is just joyfully obedient. Or at bedtime, there's nothing demanding, they're just cooperating, and that day ends on a happy note, and that you have more time and energy to enjoy your family. See, this is what all of the tools and techniques in Stop Tantrums 911 are about. My whole passion is about helping families have more harmony and deepening those connections between the parent-child relationship. So I hope that you find this really beneficial. If you have any more questions, please contact me directly.